Hi everyone, welcome to this channel, welcome to the Wild Moon Circle channel. My name is Bruno and I am a professional tarot reader since I was 16 years old. So in this video we're going to talk about fate or free will in a tarot reading. So please have in mind that this video is a sharing of opinion, so please feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions on the comments below so we can share and exchange our perspectives on this subject. Please don't forget to hit the like button, to subscribe this channel and to share this video with your family and friends. A long time ago, people were fate bounded. So in societies of old ages, people were not that free to choose, for example, who they would get to marry, to choose their job, to choose, I don't know, which social class they would belong to. And so they were, as we can see, very restricted and conditioned by the society rules back then. And so, as we can imagine, it was much easier to predict with the tarot or any oracle like Lenormand, for example. It was very easy to predict their fate or their destiny, in other words. So today, society changed. We know that things changed, they shift a lot, and we became more free will bounded because now we have social class mobility. For example, today, luckily, women are not restricted to the household, they are not restricted to the child they have, they are not just wombs with legs to have children. And so women can choose careers, they can choose the man they get to marry or the woman, whatever. So we are more free in our choices. We can choose whatever we want to choose, so we can be happy with that choice. A shift has happened, and the tarot, that is a living, breathing tool, changed with it. And so did our readings, and so did our way of living this life in this world. So unfortunately, many people become very anxious with something that is brought up in a reading, and they just seem to go around that and they can't get out of that space of anxiety because they didn't enjoy, they didn't appreciate something that will happen in their lives, as the tarot said, as the tarot predicted. But there is one thing that those people tend to neglect, they tend to forget, is that they have free will. So we can see the two processes in our lives, and this is my perspective according to my experience. So once again, feel free to share your thoughts on the comments below. So you have events, major life events, that they pertain to fate or destiny or whatever we want to call. And there are events that are more free will like. For example, let's say examples of disasters, natural disasters or diseases, maybe they are fate bounded, maybe they are destined to happen. And events like a pregnancy, for example, it's more like free will choice. So you can have always these two sides of this one coin happening at the same time. But I believe that we have always, every single time, free will, and I will explain why. In a natural disaster, for example, we don't get to choose if that will happen or not. We just have to go through that experience. But our free will comes when we know how to deal, how to cope, how to get through that event, that major life event. A pregnancy, for example, in a tarot reading, I can tell a client, well, guess what? I can see a baby in January next year, so maybe we'll get pregnant. Be prepared. If you don't want to be a mother, please have precautions. And my client does have a choice. She can have the child or she can have precautions and not to get pregnant. So this is where free will comes in a more clear way of seeing it. So yeah, you have there your choice. You can choose if you're going to get pregnant or not. So it's your choice. Unless you forget to take your pills, for example, it's always a choice. The thing about a tarot reading is that it is awareness. It becomes awareness for us. So we know exactly what is the path we are taking, which is the way we are choosing to live life, which is the way we are choosing to move through the experience of the earth. I really believe that most things are not set in stone. Well, think about magic, think about all the rituals and spells we can do to change our life, because there is an outcome, there is a way, a course of life that we are not desiring, that we don't want to get there, so we can help ourselves in order to change that. And that's what magic is all about. It's to improve our life experience, to create a more abundant way of living, and somehow to get what we desire, to get what we want to have in this life. But we can't forget that this world is a contrasting world. There is the black and there is the white, there is the gray also. But we need to live, we need to experience those lessons so we can really appreciate things. There's one thing that I say a lot, that I don't really understand the word peace if I don't experience war. So magic is a way to change fate or destiny, for example, but awareness is a way to choose where to go in life. So let's say that if we don't have a tarot reading, most of us, at least, won't know exactly where our lives, where our paths will lead us. But in the moment we do a reading, we know, we start to know. And so a tarot reading is mostly awareness. It's all about awareness. It's a way to put us in the path, and a way to let us know in advance exactly where that path is leading us. Okay, is that a path that I want? Is that something that I really need? Is that something that I desire? Or no, it's a no-go, so I need to change it. Yeah, a tarot reading let us know exactly in advance, ahead of time, where to go so we can choose. Remember, today, in modern society, we are free will bound. We can see the beauty of this. We can see that, okay, it's a choice. I have this path, but I don't want it. I want another thing, so I can choose now, today, where to go. And that is what a tarot reading does for us. Think, for example, of a line. You have a line in here, and this line, the end of the line is right in your future. So if you shift, because you had a tarot reading, you started to realize where you are going, and in that tarot reading, you shift that line just a little bit. You had some choice, you chose something that really changed the way the line is going. You can see that the end of the line that was there, because you shift just a little bit in here, the line will shift everything. So as you can see, future is not set in stone, and we can really choose now what to do with our lives. And if you keep this concept of the line in mind, you can see that a small adjust will change the whole course of your path. But when we can't, when happens something that is fate bound, let's say if you want to call the universe, that's fine, something that will come up in your life as a major event, as a lesson for you, even then, you may not be able to run from the event. But even then, you have the free will to choose how to deal with it, how to cope with it, how to get through that event. So yes, we have the ability to choose how we are going to live that life event, that fate or destiny event, in order to take the best possible lessons for us and for our life and for our process of growing and evolving as spiritual beings on this earth. But there is a problem. At least that's my thoughts on this, that's my take on this. Do we really use free will Well, in my experience, most people don't. They go to a tarot reading and they get conditioned by it. They take it as it is and they don't want to change. They don't want to choose how they will going to live their lives. So it's like they want to live their lives in autopilot mode and they don't care to change. So ultimately, that can be a choice of free will too. But you can see the paradox, you can see the thing there, you can see the problem that most people that come to a reading, they just, oh my god, it's something will happen and it's bad, what can I do, oh my god, oh my god. But in the end they don't do it, they don't change that, they don't want to take the lesson to themselves. They are kind of lazy to think for themselves, and they take what the tarot reader says, they take it as it is, and they don't really care to change. So for me, in my opinion, a tarot reading does have the ultimate goal to bring us to our center of awareness. A tarot reader can really assist his client, giving him options on where to go, what to do, what to think, how to act, how to behave, what are the options in their lives, so they can really assist their clients moving through these major life fate events that most people fear. So personally, I believe that we all have free will, even when we are not aware of it. We just need to choose it, we just need to own it for ourselves and really, really, really think about it and tell ourselves, okay, I have free will, so I will be able to choose in this fate or destiny event, in this major life event, how I will be dealing with this and how I will move through that. So I think that we are the walkers in our life and the tarot is the GPS. So it's like you put the address where you want to go, the tarot as the GPS that it is will show you the possible paths to go there, to go to your destiny, but you will have to choose which one you will take. There will be one with maintenance, for example, that will take a little bit longer to get there, the other that is shorter, it's better. So you get to know what are the paths in your life to get to the fate or to the destiny that you desire. But remember that the legs are yours. You are the one that is walking. It's not the GPS. It's not the GPS that takes you there. You go there using your GPS guidance. Once again, for me, ultimately, it always comes down to free will. We always can choose how we will deal with some major life events, with some lessons that will happen no matter what. I don't know if they are good or bad, whatever, we always can choose how to deal with those lessons. It's always about free will today. So I think ultimately that maybe fate is the consequence of our actions, of our choices, and of our free will. I'm counting on you for our next meeting. Much, much love and blessings.